Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. We are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. I hope everyone is having an amazing Thursday. I forgot what day it was. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you guys are ready to get this day started. I hope you were safe on yesterday and that you had a good time and that you ate good and hung out with your family and your friends and all of that good stuff. I hope it all went well. Thank you to everybody that was on the show yesterday, that joins regularly. I appreciate you. We are having confessions and conversations here every day about your life and your finances, because you do not have to do this alone. Good morning, Veronica. How you doing? You do not have to do this alone. And sometimes you just need somebody to give you a little step-by-step instructions. And I know something about crazy, so I share my story and my tips on how you can live past the crazy. So I understand everything from the depression to the suicide to having the lack to living in the shelter. So we are here to help you with that. I'm waiting for my fearless co-host to come in. As she's coming in, yesterday we talked about having freedom from your crazy and having freedom from your finances, from the struggle of finances. So if you did not catch that show, make sure you go back and watch it. And make sure you are sharing this video. And if you missed any of them, we do have a YouTube channel, so you can go over there and binge watch. We have over 120 shows over there, and they are by topic. So you can pick whatever topic you like. Let me go ahead and post it over here for you. You can go ahead and pick whatever topic you would like, or any that you would like to share with your family and friends. Let me get my co-host on right fast. See if we can get her going. But I hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. I hope you guys had fun. I know I did. Good morning, Kimberly. How you doing? Did you just get my message, Kimberly? I just sent it to you. I've got to, I'm sorry, I forgot to respond yesterday. I ate a little bit too much, and you guys know my stomach is, well, between rosacea and my stomach, I've learned to eat the things that make my body feel better. And so that means no meats, no pastas, no breads, no red sauces, because all of that creates like mucus and just other problems in my body that I don't have time for. So yesterday I had 2 deviled eggs, a half a spoonful of potato salad, and I took a bite off a chicken wing. When I tell y'all, I was up all night long because I usually stick to fruits and vegetables. But last night I gave in, and I just had that little bit, literally could have fit on a salsa, and it made my stomach hurt so bad. So I learned my lesson. It was good for the minute. So I came home, had my tea and water, fasted for the rest of the night, and for this, I'll probably fast until about 12 today to help get a reset, because I could not handle that. I'm trying to see. Lynn, how come I don't see you? Then you're going to have to send me the link, the invite, because I can't, for some reason, it won't let me add over there. All right, Kimberly, well, I'm glad you got my message, and thank you so much for even thinking of me. I greatly appreciate it. So I will be coming home on the 21st of July. So, yeah, because I feel, while we're waiting for Lynn to come on, I have GERD, I have rosacea on my face, and so some of the things that the GERD was eventually, well, it has been affecting my voice box to the point where I couldn't talk long. I was having trouble swallowing, and then when I ate those things with the rosacea, it made my face break out, turn red and itchy. And so I just did a 21-day detox of nothing but raw fruits and vegetables. And when I tell you I had none of those problems whatsoever anymore, they all went away within those 21 days. Like the trouble swallowing, the GERD, the heartburn, absolutely all of that went away during those 21 days. And I just kind of stuck vegan for a while now. But I gave in and ate that piece of chicken yesterday. So yeah, I paid the price for that too. So, but feeling better this morning. Good morning, Lynn.
All right, all right.
Carrot dogs are next on my list, but Lynn does not seem to share my sentiment with wanting to eat carrot dogs. So,
Girl, you better shut up, right? you
Lynn
Come
said,
on
"What the
now,
ham sandwich?"
right? You better go somewhere with that. No, nobody.
Girl, come
I'm
on, eat
fine.
that ham sandwich. That
Girl, I am
turkey,
not.
that carrot dog.
I
I'm
am
telling
not
you.
the one talking about a carrot dog, y'all. She talking about broiling it or putting it in some smoked sauce or something. I'm like, really? A
Liquid
carrot
smoke, liquid smoke. It tastes just like it's been on the barbecue. That's how I make my bacon out of eggplant, and it tastes. It gives it that smoky flavor like it's been on the grill. I'm telling you, don't give in to her, Kimberly, cause she don't want us
dog?
to be
Girl,
great, huh?
Jojo better go somewhere with that. Y'all better go get you a beef hot dog and put it on the grill for real. Talking about smoking some carrots. What? Yeah, boo. Right? Where's to my fidget? I don't know. I'll get it later.
Tell
Sorry,
Malachi
y'all.
good morning.
Malachi said good morning. He's concerned about his some little things for summer camp today. And it's an
Child,
urgency. It's a sense of urgency for him. So I'll
I
deal with that
know.
later.
My
All
my
right.
child felt like it was urgent to call me at 11 o'clock. She was like, "Oh, I'm sleeping over with my friends. I forgot my bag at the house." I said, "Oh, so what do you want me to do? Can you get up and bring it to me?" I
Nah.
said, "Really, Rosemont? Really?" At 11:10, she was like, "I love you so much, mommy." I was like, "Little girl."
Hey, the things we do, right? The things we do. So, guys, speaking of the things we do, did y'all see the lady yesterday who tried to climb the Statue of Liberty? I mean, I
And it
get
was a sister,
protesting.
wasn't it?
Girl, yes. You know we don't do that. We not about that life. What was she thinking? She was high on that
We're
freedom
gonna
song.
rise to the top.
She was all the way. She was all the way high on that freedom thing yesterday because they were just, I mean, I was like, really though? I'm all about protesting and getting to your next, but there's a way to do things, right? There's a way to do things without possibly killing yourself. And she was not injured, but I was like, really though? There's a way to protest and do things without going over the top. Sometimes we
Okay,
just
she
just
wanted
go
your
over the top.
attention
That's all. But
this evening.
that's not what we here to talk about today,
All right,
y'all.
let's go.
With all these things happening in this world today, let's get our success on. That's what we'll do today.
Let's do some of that.
How highly successful people get it done? That's what we're talking about today. How highly successful people get it done, y'all. I'm Lynn Simmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1. And we're going to be talking about the successful thing, guys, because there are some things that are keeping people trapped, keeping people stuck, and they don't know how to move to the next. And if you are one of those people who feel that you're trapped, you're stuck, I don't care if it's in a job, in a marriage, in a relationship, whatever the case may be, there are things that you can do to get to your next. But it ultimately starts with doing one thing. And I love that Danielle says this. She says, you got to get mad. And it's not getting mad in the traditional sense. MAD stands for make a decision. Bam,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got to
Mm-hmm.
get mad, make a decision. So when we look at this thing, guys, thinking about what it is that successful people do, and we've talked about this before, but in looking at all the countless stories that are out there in regards to the highly successful people who exist, they think long term. Successful people think long term. You think about it. How are you thinking? And the
Mm-hmm.
stories that we've heard shared countless times, there have been many interviews of Warren Buffett, of other gurus out there. And what do they first talk about? What is the first thing that they start thinking about and sharing in their interviews? They think about the future. They don't just talk about tomorrow or next month or next year. They talk about 20 and 50 years on down the road. What is it that they expect life to look like? What is the legacy that they want to leave behind? See, that's a completely different way of thinking about things. And if you look at it from this perspective, guys, right? If you think about a homeless person, right? A homeless person thinks about, where am I going to get my next meal from? They're not even thinking about the next day. They're thinking right now in the next meal, right?
Mm-hmm.
An employee is thinking about their next paycheck. So is my paycheck coming in 1 week or 2 weeks? See, that's where we're thinking when you're in those positions. Then when you're a salaried employee, you're thinking about month to month, because more than likely you're getting paid on a month-to-month basis. See, we're not being intentionally focused and looking at our money in the same way, looking years down the road. If you're a manager, what do managers do? Right? I know our manager used to come at us about those quarterly goals, and whether
Who just
or
finished
not,
them things? Good Lord Almighty.
right? And whether or not you're meeting those quarterly goals and what are the things you need to do. See, they're only thinking quarterly. And then getting past that, entrepreneurs, I know I have a lot of entrepreneur friends in my circle. But for most entrepreneurs, they think out for the year, right? They think from year to year. So how am I going to accomplish my goals throughout this year? But the rich guys, they tend to plan 5 to 10 years. Do you have those plans in place? Because you must start thinking long term as opposed to thinking in the short term. That's how you train. That's how you change. That's how you transform. That's how you transition, whatever your word is, right? That's how you change to get to your next. That's how you move from point A to point B. And one of the things that I wanted to share with y'all that I forgot about this morning, do y'all know what is he called? The hip hop preacher. The hip hop preacher, y'all. The hip
Never
hop
heard such a thing.
Let me tell y'all, because he was on fire. The hip hop preacher says you got to move from your I to your A. He said, move from your I to your A. He said, what we do is we tend to get passionate about an idea. And we call and tell everybody about the idea. We get so worked up and so excited, and we just want to tell everybody about that idea. But in ultimate, at the grand scheme of things, when you look at it at the end, the bottom line, we don't even take action on it. He said, and that's a problem for a lot of people. That's why you need to shut up about your I and move to your A.
How come I never heard of the hip hop preacher?
Girl, I was like, yes. You got to shut up about your I and move to your A. So put those ideas down on paper. And one of the things he recommends or suggests, and this is the same things we talk about on the show, but it's good to get confirmation from other people. Guys, when you looked at it, he said at the end of the day, make sure you have the 10 things on your to-do list. Write those 10 things down for that day. And go through and check off those things. And you need to have your to-do list with those 10 things every single day. And at the end of the week, if you look at Monday through Saturday, 10 things every day, that's 60 things. If you've accomplished 40 of the 60 things, you're just average. Check that math out, y'all. If you've accomplished 40 of the 60 things, you're just average. If you accomplish 50 of those 60 things, then you're above average. But if you accomplish 58 to 60 of the things on your to-do list, he said that's when you start standing out. So move from your I to your A, y'all.
What the world? Come on, hip hop.
Right. He's a hip hop preacher. Y'all need to go search him out because he also.
I'm about to go look him up.
Yes, guys, you got to shut up about your I and move to your A. So when we talk about that, guys, that's why we need to start thinking long term.
Eric Thomas, I know him. Okay, now I'm with you. Okay. All right, now I understand where it's coming from.
Okay, right. You got to know that, brother, because he's a passionate one too, right?
Hey, he will hurt your feelings. Let me tell you. He will hurt your feelings and don't care and will look at you dead in the face.
Right. Okay. So guys, we're talking about how highly successful people think. So that number one was making sure you're thinking long term. Get rid of that short term stuff. It doesn't mean you don't do the short term stuff. Let me be clear. It does not mean do not do the short-term stuff, because you know I harp on the yigs, the migs, the wigs, and the digs. You got to have those yearly investing goals, weekly investing, monthly, weekly, and daily investing goals. Those are must-haves. Dare I say, guys, do not go a day without checking on your finances. Do not go a day without checking your bank account. Do not go a day without knowing where you stand, because how is it then that you're going to level up? Because we know what gets measured, we can improve on it. But if you're not measuring it, if you're not taking the time out to look at it, if you're not focusing on it, if you're not intentional, if you're not being relentless about this thing, guys, then you're not doing what you need to do to get to your next. You're just allowing things to happen to you. You're doing things by default, right? As opposed to being deliberate in that resource, in that opportunity, in that situation.
The danger of drifting. Come on, somebody. Proverbs
Right?
3 and 6. That was the
Right?
topic this morning.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
going along with life and you letting it happen. All of a sudden, you got a disaster where you ain't been paying attention every day.
Even though the handwriting was on the wall, that it was coming. The handwriting was on the wall. Hindsight is always 2020. We can look back over our life and see that there were some signs that told us things were about to happen, but because we were not paying attention, we got caught off guard. We got sideswiped, right? Because we weren't looking in our rearview mirror. See, y'all, let me go on for y'all have me preaching today. So guys, make sure that you transition to becoming a long-term thinker, a long-term planner, a long-term, you put this, fill in the blank, right? Because we need to be doing things over the long term as opposed to in the short, immediate span. See, that's when a lot of us get in trouble in our finances and in any other areas of our lives, because we need that instant, that immediate, that microwave gratification, right? To come on in that second, in that moment. So we got to recognize, guys, that we need to think differently. And it's reverse engineering. That's all it is. When you start to think long term, you got to reverse engineer that thing. So you go to the end. What is the end game? What is the end goal? Where is it that you want to be? Go to the end and work backwards. That's what's called reverse engineering. What are the steps that I'm now going to take that are going to get me to that place? And by reverse engineering it, I told y'all that the other day, that's how me and my baby solved those puzzles, those mazes. We reverse engineer it. We go to the end first and work our way backwards to the beginning. And then once we've done that, we do that in pencil. Then we come back with a highlighter from the beginning and go to the end, right? We've taken those steps to get to our next. So guys, you got to figure this thing out. Start mastering the art of thinking long term. So once you have that idea in mind, that's how you get to your next. See, one of the problems and challenges that many of us face as individuals, in our finances, in our lives, and in general, one of the major problems that we face is we overthink what we can do in the short term, and we underthink what we can do in the long term. And if you sit there and you think about your life over the past 10 years, think about all the things that you've accomplished, right? Because you're not the same person that you were 10 years ago. Think about the growth that you've made over those 10 years. Did you imagine that you would be in this place over this time? Because you've grown, whether you've known it or not, right? Unless you're just being stagnant. There are other areas of your life that have grown if you're simply real with yourself. And look at that. But then oftentimes we overestimate our change within that 1 year. Once we get excited about something, we say, oh yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this millionaire status by the end of 2018. Yes. We get overexcited about a thing. And then when we don't make it, our little hearts are crushed, right? We get down in the dumps. We get depressed. We get, all heavy on ourselves, and we start to self-sabotage. Dare I say, you are self-sabotaging in the back of your subconscious mind all along to get to that point. So we now must be realist, right? We must be optimistic realists when we start thinking about and working towards our goal. See, that's another huge difference of successful people. They're being not only optimistic, it's good to be optimistic, it's good to be positive, to have that positive mindset, but it's also good to be a realist at the same time. You must set realistic expectations for yourself. So how do you do that? You must think accurately. That's number 2. Successful people think accurately. And this is one of the things that the author talks about in the book, Think and Grow Rich. It's about accurate thinking. See, the rich people, the successful person, they think about things from a realistic perspective. And there are specific questions that they tend to ask themselves that help them to get to this realistic point. So let me tell you what those questions are. And these are questions I ask myself too, right? There are 3 questions to ask yourself. Mommy will help you when I finish, okay? It's in my purse. The 3 questions, y'all, I apologize for that. But when your baby comes to you with tears in their eyes, you just got to stop. At least I do. That's my story. Let me just say that. I got to pause for the cause.
That's right. That's right.
So what are the 3 questions to ask yourself, right, as you're going through this, to ensure that you are being a realist on this journey, so that you're thinking accurately and that you're not being just unrealistic in your thoughts and the way that you're shaping your results? The number 1 thing is, what could go wrong? You say, wait a minute, Lynn, I thought you said be positive. I am saying to be positive, and I'm not saying to be negative, but there are things that you need to recognize and understand and identify. You've heard of Murphy's Law before, right? Things that could go wrong will go wrong at the unopportune time, right?
That's right.
What you have to now recognize is not the fact that things won't go wrong, because things inevitably happen. Inevitably, your car is going to break down at some point or another, right? Things happen. Something is going to shift and knock you off course. So you must ask yourself, as you're on this journey, as you're preparing these goals, what could go wrong? And by asking yourself these questions on the front end, as opposed to the back end, you can now go ahead and prepare your response to that situation. And if you don't know the answer, you can definitely get connected to someone who does know the answer, that's now going to position you in a place so that you can continue to win. So that's the first question, right? The second question is, what don't I know? What don't I know? And if you don't know it, then there's an opportunity for you to seek the answer. Remember, seek and ye shall find. That's what the Bible tells us. But oftentimes we don't seek. So what is it that you don't know?
That's right.
And the next thing, guys, is what don't I see? What don't I see because I'm too close to a situation? What don't I see because I've been looking at it too long? And I get like this when I'm writing, right? I can write something and think that it's the best thing since sliced bread because I've read it over and over and over, and I've edited, and I'm like, yes, this is a masterpiece. This is perfect. And I can go in there and take it to my husband. And don't you know, he'll find something and say, well, I recommend that you make these changes over here, right?
Robbie.
Right? So I'm just saying, you can be too close to a situation and not see something that's so simple. It could have been as simple as putting a comma here, or not putting the period in the right place, or you put a period and it should have been a question mark. It's the simple things that get in your way because you're too close to the situation. So you need to ask yourself, what is it that I don't see? And then once you ask yourself these questions now, it allows you to think, now, how can I handle this? Right? How can I handle this should these things arise? And if those things don't arise that time, that's okay. You already have a plan to handle it if it does in the future. So now you figured this thing out. You've set yourself up for success. See, that's why we're talking about, how do successful people think? How do successful people get it done? These are the steps. These are the things that they do. And the last thing, y'all, successful people think about other people. Because some of y'all the time. I hear it. What's in it for me? You're selfish. Come on, somebody. And it's easy to let self get in the way, right? And I understand that because I lived that for many years. I was selfish. Dare I say, not only me, my husband was selfish too. That's why we went together very well. We were both some selfish people. Yeah. You hear me? But the successful person thinks about other people. What can I do now to help other people to also get to their next? How can I help to deliver? How can I help other people transition? How can I give hope? Help one person every day, right? How can I help people move to their next? How can I be the solution that somebody needs? Because remember, somebody's waiting to hear your voice and they're not going to move until you do.
That's right.
When I move, you move, just like that, right?
That's right.
Just like that.
That's right.
All right, guys. So those are your steps. Those are the keys. How highly successful people get it done. Those are the things that you need to get to your next level. It's time to level up. Level up in your life, level up in your money. Get to your next, right?
That's right.
And I don't know many people who are not ready to level up money.
That's right.
So guys, that's why I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it, America's #1. I'm not coming on here and just telling you about things I read about. I'm not just coming on here and telling you about things I heard about. I'm also coming on here and telling you about things that I've also experienced. And although your experiences are not my experiences, there's some things that you can glean from this situation. There's some things that can help you to transition in your thinking to get to your next. And ultimately, that's what we're here for. That's exactly what we're here for, guys. And if you're ready to level up to your next and get ready to start investing, go ahead to sign up and get this free course delivered to your inbox, bit.ly/7-day prep investing. That's how you level up and get to your next. Don't work harder for your money than your money works for you. Come on, somebody. Don't be out there working harder for your money than your money works for you. Your money can't sleep. Don't sleep. It is sleeping if you're not making it work, though. It's in your wallet while it's sleeping, thinking who's the next person it's going to go to that so it can get some work in. Because it won't stay with you. It'll leave you. If you don't put your money to work, your money will leave you. Your money will leave you and go to the bank. You and go to the mortgage company. Your money will leave you and go to the car lot, right? All of those different people that you're spending your money on, your money will quickly leave you if you don't put your money to work for you. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I'm transitioning over to my co-host, Miss JoJo, but don't forget bit.ly/7-day prep investing.
I posted it for you, Lynn. All right, guys, excuse me. Me and my throat are just not, I overdid it yesterday, and that's why my throat is acting. I had 2 deviled eggs and a half a spoonful of potato salad, and I broke a chicken wing in half and ate that. When I tell you I was up all night with heartburn and having trouble swallowing, I was like, so.
I thought you were saying you overdid it with the calories. I'm like, that's not even enough calories to get me through.
No, I'm going to eat the carrot dog today. You got to try. I'm fixing it for you, Lynn.
No, baby, don't waste your time. Do not. Do not.
Okay. All right, guys. Listen. So today, the fearless thought for the day is, I want to let you guys know that this is extremely serious. It's just not friendly advice. We don't come on here to, although we have an amazing time, we have a great time, we laugh and we talk, but this is serious business. Your life is at stake, and we are sharing what is urgent information, or some things that you need to take care of or handle or think about or put into action immediately, so that you can stop living in crazy. So this is serious business. It's not, oh, JoJo and Lynn just hanging out and we chit-chatting and giving our philosophy on life, or we're just chit-chatting and talking about what you shoulda, coulda, woulda done. This is extremely urgent, and it is serious, so that you can handle your business, because I always say, now that you know, you are now charged with sharing it with somebody else. So At least I know crazy firsthand. That's why I'm the only live past crazy specialist. I know what it is. And I want you to realize how serious your situation is, your predicament. Until yesterday, like a Monday, I talked about, until you first become conscious enough to understand your predicament and commit yourself to the inner works of your freedom, you're not going to be free. So until you take it seriously, that the situation, the predicament, your life is crazy and it is eating away at your body and your soul, you're going to continue to live in crazy. So I want you to understand that this is urgent. It's not us hanging out on the Fearless Morning Show, chit-chatting and hamming it up, although we have an amazing time. We have the best jokes ever. I'm getting Lynn to eat that carrot dog. I promise you. But this is serious business, y'all. Your life is at stake. I want you to take it extremely serious. The tips that we give you, the information that we give, the books we say to read, or things that you need to implement so that you don't have to live crazy like this all the time. You don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. And then when you get your check, you're counting the negative, so you only get half of your check. And then you having to borrow to somebody to get the money because it's in the negative. And it's just every 2 weeks, it's repeating the same thing. And you got to stop. You always, I ain't gonna say you, we, me. I used to ask myself, how in the world is this gonna stop? Right. Like I got to keep going just to keep the account in the negative, just to do this, just to do that. But when you stop, when you start taking your predicament seriously, when you get out paper and pen and you put down what you want to see, you write it down. You, what was that? Your I to your A, Lynn? The man said, your idea to your action. Until you put that idea on paper, until you start working it out. Let me tell you what happens as soon as you put it on paper. When you put it on paper, your mind says, oh, this is of great importance. Let me keep reminding JoJo that she wrote this down and that she needs to do this. Then your brain will start triggering you every time you see something or every time you start to do something else. It'll say, hey, ding, ding, ding. Remember you wrote this down. So we need to focus on that. Until you write it down, until you take it seriously, that we're giving this information to truly help somebody to get past living in crazy in your life and your finances, it will continue. It will not end. I promise you. When you say, well, you know what? I don't know if that's me. I don't know if I can do that. It's just a lot of work. Please, it's going to be work, baby. Regardless, it's going to be work. And when you continue to live in crazy, it's a lot more work living in crazy than it is not living in crazy. Can I tell you, it is 20 times harder living in crazy because your body is stressed to the extreme. Your mind is stressed to the extreme. You stress your children, your family, you stressed at work, and your body has no reprieve, no rest from the crazy in your life at all. So if you think it's going to be hard, continue living like you living and watch how much crazier it's going to get. You got to take this serious. You got to take it seriously. Write it down on paper. So today on this Thankful Thursday, that's number one. Write down what we're thankful for, which we should be doing in our prayers, whatever, every day. But write down what you're thankful for. And then just take a second to think, what if I really stopped living in crazy? What if I took this seriously for 2 seconds? So here's the thing. My reading list is free. It's still over there. Go get one book of one of those books today. If you got, everybody has a smartphone. Audible, Scribd, Amazon, they all have 30-day free trials. 30 days free. You can listen to the book if you don't want to read it. They will read the book to you. Read one of those books and then come back and tell me what happened, what changed in your mind. And as you're reading, take notes of the ideas that come to your mind of how you can live past crazy, how you can make things happen. But you got to take this seriously. It's just
one more tip.
Advice. Yes, ma'am.
Yep. One more tip. Overdrive is a free app where you can actually go and download them for free from your public library.
Yes.
Both hard copies, you can go get those, ebooks as well as audiobooks. It's all there at your fingertips, guys.
Free. Because I'm all about that freedom.com. So I love some free stuff. And if you have a local library, go read your books. You've got to educate yourself. And here's why Crazy will not stop if you don't take it seriously, because you're not putting anything new into your area. You're not putting anything new. You don't have any new friends, so they're talking the same language you're talking. So y'all all crazy together. Your family ain't talking new language, so all y'all crazy together. You're crazy at your job. You're driving your kids crazy. So who, if not you, then who? Well, Amazon, I call them ebooks, but you can listen to them. They'll put, somebody read it to you for free. And you can listen to that while you in the car, washing dishes, cooking, whatever. He's just talking on the speaker. But if you don't introduce anything new into your atmosphere, into your mind, you will continue with crazy. Think about how your crazy first started. It's because somebody introduced you into that crazy.
Yes.
So now you get to choose whether you want to continue in that or you want to live outside of that. But this is serious. You got to take it seriously. Yeah, we giving friendly advice, boo. True enough. But this is real serious advice. Like, we may say it with agreeing, but please understand with all seriousness that your life is at stake. When you take it that seriously, when you understand that the road you're on is leading to more destruction and problems than you could ever imagine, simply because you're not taking yourself seriously. Because I tell you, it's going to be harder to continue to live in that crazy than it is to step outside of that crazy. I promise you. Because I've been there. I hit the wall. I hit the brick wall. I blew it up. I had to rebuild it, honey, from the ground up. I had to dig the trenches. Whatever you want to say, that's what I've done. And that's why I share how to live past crazy with you guys. Because I've been there. You don't have to stay in that. But you've got to take it seriously. You can't play with this thing. You got to be intentional, and you've got to be ready. Right. So I'm passionate about that this morning. As you can see, you've got to take it seriously. But that is it for the Fearless Morning Show, guys. I posted the links for the free book, so make sure you sign up for that over there so that you can get your books. Try introducing something new into your mind just for the day. It's not going to kill you. If you can listen to the radio all day, every day, you can take 20-30 minutes to listen to a book, period. So you got to invest in yourself and know that it's important. All right, guys, if your friends and family do not have Facebook, that's our YouTube channel, so they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows right there. I upload them every morning. That's yesterday's show. I just posted right there, so you can watch that. And if you have any questions for Lynn and I, you can reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy. Lynn, you want to tell them where they can find you? Lynn has this bit.ly Talk to Lynn.
Yes, Talk to Lynn, capital L. Guys, if you have some information or questions you want to ask, remember those 3 questions I told you that you should be asking yourself. And if there are things that you don't know, you need to find someone who does know that's going to help you to level up. So guys, go to bit.ly/talk to Lynn. I'll be there ready to talk to you. Just go ahead and get that thing scheduled. Also, if you're ready to start investing, you say, okay, I need to go ahead and push past this and get the information I need. There's a free 7-day course delivered to your email that you can also sign up for. That'll start bit.ly/7-day prep investing. That link is also in the comments here, guys. And don't forget, just go over and follow me here on this platform in Facebook. But you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Demons Speak. That's Demons, no demons here, y'all. Demons Speak. Yes, we thank you so much for spending your time with us, because we know time is your most precious commodity. And you won't get these minutes back that you've spent with us. So we thank you so much for doing that. I'm Lynn Demons, America's #1 financial rebound coach, y'all. Yes, I said it, America's #1. And thank you again for joining us.
All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. I hope you decide to take it seriously today, your actions and your life on what you want to do. Remember, somebody's waiting to hear your voice, and they're not going to move until you move. So make sure that you are moving today. All right, guys, have a great day. Oh, you can find me on all social media by my name, Yamitra JoJo Waddell. I'm the only one out there, so if you Google it, you will find it. You'll find me. So, and then if you have any questions, you can always leave it here. You can message me or on the Fearless Morning Show page. Make sure you check out the Fearless Morning Show page as well. Make sure you share the video. And if there's anything that we have not covered that you guys want to talk about or any questions you have, please let us know.
Yes.
And we'll be glad to take care of it for you. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you bright and early in the morning. Have a good one.
Signing off.